Hey everyone, this is DW's Darius. So this morning I came out here to check out the pond and it was looking weird. It's very murky. Yesterday was crystal clear and now it's murky. And on top of that we have all this white stuff on top and it also smells a little funny. And I'm looking around trying to see what's going on and it turns out my koi are actually spawning. And what's happening is, first of all, they're running all around. The female is running from the males because they're just harassing her and she's stirring up a lot of dirt, and that's the reason why it's murky. And while she's running around, she's squirting out eggs, and the males are fertilizing the eggs, and all this white stuff is male fertilizer, semen, whatever you want to call it. You can see them right there. The female is trying to do whatever it takes to get away from the males, and they're just persistently chasing her. And I don't know why, it always ends up where I have less females than males. I think I have like 2 female koi, and the rest, which are about like 7 of them, are males. And of course that's going to be very hard on a female, and so she's trying to run up in these plants and trying to run everywhere. And basically what I want to do is try to collect some of the babies, because like I said, she's squirting out eggs and they're going everywhere. And I want to collect some and see if I could bring some into the fish room, because once they're done doing this fertilization and all this, they're going to go right and eat them. The male and the female is going to go around eating eggs. They might be eating eggs right now. I have 2 males right here and they're eating, and it's most likely they're eating the eggs. So what I did was I put some filter media all around the pond, just some mesh that normally goes in the filter. I have some extra, so I put some in the areas where I saw the female trying to retreat to. Later on I'm going to take them out, see if I got any eggs, and then I'm going to put them in an aquarium and see where we go from there. Now just a quick example of the eggs. We have this plant right here. It was planted in this low area, and when I came out this morning it was knocked over, so I know that the female was over here trying to get away from the males. If we come and take a closer look, all on the leaves there's a bunch of eggs. So those little things that are like bubbles, those are all koi eggs. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to come with some scissors and I'm going to cut off some of these leaves. Normally I would put the entire plant just in an aquarium and a quarantine tank in the fish room. However, this plant won't be able to survive down there because it needs a lot of light, and that tank doesn't have a lot of light. So I'm just taking these leaves that have eggs on them. I put them in here. Look, I actually have an egg on my finger. I'm just trying to put them in there. I'm going to get as many as I can, put them in a bucket. I also have my media that should have eggs in it as well. I thought that this would be perfect for catching eggs, and there are some eggs in there, all on this edge right here in front of my thumb. I have about 3 eggs right there, and I'm hoping that it's just full of eggs. And I have 4 of these in there. I'm going to collect, put them in this bucket, and I'm just going to dump this entire bucket in my 40-gallon quarantine tank. I ended up grabbing some rocks as well, because the rocks I saw had a lot of eggs on them. So this is day 1, and I have all this in here. I'm going to leave the lights off for like a week and then come back and see if we have any life in here. Okay everyone, so this is week 12 of the koi growth progression video. Sadly, the story is taking a dark turn, and you can notice some changes with this aquarium. First off, I have these plants. I added these plants in week 11 to create some safety havens because the tank has been very dangerous for some of the inhabitants. And also you can notice that the population of this aquarium has dropped significantly, and you won't believe the reason why. Now, I've grown out many fish, and sometimes the population drop because of aggression, because they keep fighting each other, and that's not the case with these fish. Sometimes the population drop because of sickness or disease, and that's not the case with this aquarium. Sometimes the population drop because I just can't keep up with maintenance, and once again, that is not the case with this aquarium. When I first started keeping these fish, if somebody was to tell me that baby koi are cannibals, I would never believe it. I would tell you you're lying, but after my experience, it's true. Baby koi are cannibals. And it makes no sense because I keep adult koi. And I keep these adult koi with mosquito fish that are easily able to be caught and eaten. And they never eat the mosquito fish. In fact, the mosquito fish population is getting out of control in my main pond. And yet, in my koi grow-out aquarium with baby fish that are only 12 weeks old, they are eating each other. It is the Hunger Games in this aquarium, and they are fighting to survive. And this is absolutely surprising for me, and it caught me completely off guard, and that is the current scenario in this here koi grow-out aquarium. So I actually addressed this in one of my fish room updates. I showed you guys how some of the koi in this aquarium were growing so much faster than the rest, and in that video I assumed that it was because of cannibalism, and in that video we actually saw cannibalism. The baby koi that I was just talking about, he has something in his mouth, and I think it's another koi. Now, that individual koi, I took him out of the tank and I put him in my pond, so I thought the problem would have been solved. However, immediately, like maybe 2 or 3 days later, we had another koi that was the same size, doing the same thing, practicing cannibalism. I took that one out as well, and another one replaced him. And it was just completely amazing and scary at the same time to see how quickly they were taking the role of being just a cannibal. I don't know if that's a normal thing when it comes to baby koi. They build this hierarchy where the most dominant gets to eat the others, but that definitely was the case in this aquarium. And it seems like no matter how many I took them out, how many times I took them out, one would always rise up and take the position of tank boss, aka brother and sister eater. And in this case, it is this guy. Now you can see he's pretty spooked, and that's just his normal behavior. He's a very skittish fish. Whenever I come near, of course, he's not going to do it on camera, but usually when I come near, he goes running around, panicking, hitting walls and everything. And if you look at him looking around. Look at this now. Throughout the video, I made some highlights of some of the similar behavior of him stalking his brothers and sisters, trying to attack them. And like I said, this is completely surprising because I don't see any of this behavior from the adults. And as I watch these koi develop, I am noticing some differences, some body differences. It may be just because of the size difference, and some of them may be mutated, but some of the koi have their normal slim body, and then you have the ones that end up like these predators, and they're more taller, kind of like the natural carp variety. So I'm not sure if the goldfish got involved and they created some hybrids, and that's why I have these crazy fish, because they're goldfish koi hybrids. And I know naturally hybrids are just more aggressive fish, like this guy right here. Hybrids just naturally come out insane. So I don't know if that's the case, but whatever it is, we have some chaos in this aquarium, and I simply can't explain it. But this is going to be the end of this series. I actually wanted to grow these fish out to 3 to 4 inches and show you guys in this one video. However, if we keep doing that, we might be left with one fish, and that might just be too sad. So I'm going to stop this video here. I'm going to be taking out that big guy in the front. You see him going crazy. He does that, and then he like attacks one of his brothers and sisters. So I'm going to take him out, and hopefully the rest survive. But like I said, there's been a pattern where as soon as I take one out, the next one takes his position and start eating the rest. Now the rest, they are around the same size, so hopefully that does have an effect and they are able to grow out. But that is sick. Like I said, I've grown out many fish, and I've never seen this behavior. I've grown out many predatorial fish. The big guys and that aquarium over there, they don't behave like this. This is just insane. I've never expected koi to behave like this. And let me know in the comment section below if you've grown koi from babies and if you've seen similar experiences, because this is just madness. But yeah, we're going to stop the video here. Maybe I'll keep growing these guys out, and I'll keep recording, and then I'll give you guys a part 2 if I could get these to 3 to 4 inches. But yeah, definitely a shocking end. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. That's just going to be the end of the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.